Hello, my name is Alvin Morogo, and I'm doing the UiPath Advanced Training Certification Assignment 1. And so in front of you, I'm going to present you the Robotic Enterprise Framework. I'm going to open so the requirement is to open the uh, SCME system, which you see here in the system. Go into each and every work item, and whenever there's a work item of the description, calculate client security hash. We need to take this string, the WIID, and paste it into this system to get the hash. Here the results hash, and copy this information, and again bring it back to each and every screen result. So for this example, I'll show you like one of the examples, like I've just opened it here. Taking it back here, so this 36508, and then putting this comment, the hash, and this hash is what we have seen is this. So let me just put it side by side. So this is the hash that we need to put here as a comment and change the status to completed, and this is the final result at the end. So you see here everything that is calculate client security hash is completed. And if I click next to the other, uh, in, uh, on this table, all the other records you see here, all of it is selected as completed. So I will just show you, I will again click on home, and then I will just reset the data so that we have everything back to 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 the to the status open. Yeah, I will go directly into UiPath. So I'm using the Robotics Enterprise framework. So first of all, I'm initializing everything. I'm going to process the ACME login, and then I'll process all those hash that I've shown you directly there. So in my initialize stage, I'm reading all the config uh, data, which is the Excel data. I am reading this framework initialization. Uh, so this is the reading now the real data, this data directly here. So yeah, so this part data, and in this is my Excel list. And you see we have settings, constants, and assets. In my settings, I've saved things like the log, the business process name, the SEME URL, the where we're getting the hash rate, the URL, and my credentials. I've also stored that in Orchestrator and the working URL. This is also very important, and I will describe it a bit later. So for now, I'll just close that and then go back again to my UiPath. So I'm initializing everything. I'm killing each and every process that might be open, resetting everything back to zero, and then I'm initializing this framework. Yeah. And in this initializing framework, you see I'm reading all that information from the config. And then once that one is done, I'm moving directly into the SME login. So if I click there in the SME login, again, I'm getting all the credentials. And then after getting the credential, I'm opening the app, which is the SME URL. And I'm going directly logging in, putting in my username, password, and directly logging in. And then I just put this such that in case of any errors, it will log an error. So this just find an element, but if there's no error, it will just continue as it is. So it will continue to, and in case of any errors, it will just go directly to end processes. But in this case, it will go into destination, which is processing. If I click on processing, it's just logging some information there that it has started, and then it will click on work button. So this is the part where it will click in the SME. So it will log in into the dashboard. It will go into work items, And then in the work items, it will extract. So it's logging, it clicks in the work item, and then once it's done, it's extracting all the data, the data table, and clicking on next. So this part, it will just click next, 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 next until it's over to extract the whole data table. And then once it's extracted, I'm filtering on the column type. So this part, column type, and it's WI5. So column type, so this part, column type here, and whenever you see uh, customer calculate client, no, sorry, calculates client security hash is W15. So it will filter that specific table to that level. And then once that is done, I now invoke a workflow file of generating the hash. And in my hash, which is this, I'll just open so that I show you. So that data table that we've extracted, we are getting the row, which is again WID, and then directly I'm opening the work item URL. So I'll open all that information into I'll open it here first of all. So this is the URL that is reading. So that part plus the ID. Sorry. So it's not that part, it's this part. So this part, if I open like an example, you see it's SEME work item plus that. So once that one is open, I extract I extract the client ID, the client name, and the client country. So what I mean, it's just extracting this information here. The client name, client, so that ID, name, and address. Yeah, so that's the information that is extracting. Then once that one is extracted, it opens the hash URL. It will open the hash URL, paste the information, and now extract the hash data that is here in Chrome. So it will extract this kind of information here. Yeah, and then it will extract the information, and then it will still go back to the specific to this specific ID here. So it will open this, and then it will paste the hash information here, and then it will just change the status to completed. So this is an example of what I've done in the past. So this is, you see, it's really matching itself. Yeah. Yeah, so just that's the flow. It will complete, update the workflow item, and then there's a pop-up that always comes and says okay. Yeah. So I'll just close this page, go to my initial my main. So this is the workflow. This is what I've taken you through. I have made sure I have, so let's just go back to confirm this. So I'll just go back and then again reset my test data. So yeah, test data has been successfully resetted, and then I will just completely close all the browsers that were open, and then I will just press run. So at this point, you see it's extracting all the data from the SME system. Then once that is done, it is processing the information in the background, and in a few minutes you will notice down in the Chrome area it will start opening now. So it's just opening right now. It's anytime now. I'm in the virtual environment. Okay, there it is. I was in a remote desktop, that's why. So it's extracting all this information. and closing the window and pasting this information there. So this will continue processing for some time. So it's extracting the client ID, client name, and client country, and then it's using that information in this part here, the way it's typing to get the hash. I think there were a number of entries. I think it was almost 10 to 15. Calculate client security hash entries. So this will continue processing for some time, at least for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Next. Okay. Think we are almost. Let's see. Yeah, so each and every other time it's closing the window and reopening, especially in Chrome. That's how I've programmed it, and it's working perfectly. So I think we are almost. Okay, then hopefully it's now. Yeah, so there it is. Everything has been processed. So if I go back to my uh, processor, I'll see here in my output, all the information has been processed between 3:47 minutes. So that was it, the assignment. Yeah, UiPath is awesome. Thanks.